I come from Vancouver, Canada, and my journey on the stem cell hunt started a couple of years ago, actually, and I looked into it. I was actually planning on trying the stem cells in Canada, but the Canadian government has shut down stem cells in Canada. And then I looked into the States, and I found, personally, I felt like they were more about the money than anything. First thing, when I asked for some information, that was their information. It costs $595 for a consultation. Are you still interested? So I didn't find that too encouraging. And then I met some friends who said that they'd gone down to Cabo San Lucas in Mexico. But when I looked into that, they were using the lipid cells and they were spinning them out. And from my research, I knew that mesenchymal cells from the Morton's jelly were far more effective. And that's what I really was seeking out. So I reached out to Colombia, and it wasn't very long where I found that Colombia was a much better choice for me. I had never been to South America before, and so that was another draw for me. And after talking on the phone with Manuela, I was very encouraged. As I approached my 60s, which makes me a sexagenarian, for 10 years, I found that I was losing some of my mobility and my ambulatory comfort. I found it difficult to walk long distances, and that had always been part of my life. And I just knew that something had to be done. I tried losing weight, and not very successfully, to be honest, but that was one aspect. But I finally got my hip x-rayed because I knew that was I was losing flexibility in it quite a bit. And when I finally got around to getting x-rayed, I realized it was in bad shape. It was bone on bone. So another thought that I had was, rather than let them cut the bone off, like is very traditional in Canada, and I have many colleagues and friends who have done that, got a hip replaced, I thought, why don't I try to fix it myself? And I thought there is a possibility that stem cells can help. And of course, there's also a possibility that they can't help. But I wanted to give that a try before I let them take a piece of me out. Well, there are a lot of testimonials online, and I believe I've seen all of them. And everyone went on and on about the personal aspect of Bioxcellerator, how everybody was so nice. And I will corroborate that completely. I haven't met anybody that wasn't far beyond anything I'd experienced in a medical setting. Again, partly because in the Canadian, our socialized system, it's about seeing the maximum number of patients. Whereas you just don't get that feeling here at Bioxcellerator. You feel like, you know that there's other patients, but you feel like you're the only one, really. The only one that really matters to them at that moment. And I think that feeling is absolutely accurate, because people have been so nice to me. I had a couple of social occasions with the team, and that was open arms to come and join them, and so welcoming and so friendly. But also the professionalism is also there, from the administrators into the actual medical staff. Medellin is gorgeous. It was so funny. Driving in from the airport, I was looking out, and the driver actually said to me, "Kind of looks like Vancouver, doesn't it?" I went, "How did he know that?" Because the mix of pine trees and deciduous trees. I thought, just that sort of little section, but once you get out. But also Vancouver has a lot of mountains around it too. And so there's that, what do you call it, a similarity. But the people are just so friendly, very welcoming. If you don't speak Spanish, it's a little more difficult, but everyone tries to work around it and with you. Not like going to Paris, France or anything.